All right, everybody, I'm headed out. Thanks for hanging out with me during this Batman block. This has been Yellow Killer Bee, and I'm going to hand it over to LLK.
All right, we are setting up for Timecop. I have a question for the audience. Who here is tired of games that function properly? That's right. You hit the button, the character jumps when they're supposed to. What is that about? No, this is Awful Block, and we're about to see Timecop, probably the second weirdest game about Jean-Claude Van Damme traveling through time. The first being Chrono Trigger, I guess. We have omnigamer playing that, and he's going to be doing cutscene percent, and you are in for a treat, so stick around. We have an anonymous $50 donation. Stumbled on AGDQ via Twitch during Awful Games Block because I just had to find out why so many people were watching Pepsi Man. I had to donate now because the chemistry and commentary on this run are so amazing. It almost makes me want to kill the animals. We have a $111 donation from Ranagas DB. Been watching GDQ since 2013. They're always my favorite weeks of the year. Gotta donate to fight cancer and help meet that Sly Cooper glitch exhibition. And of course, kill the animals. We have a $1,500 donation from Brown Man. It says $250 for each death during Batman Forever. Well done, PJ and Clage. Hashtag hold on. All right, we're about to get started here with Timecop and more awful games. Take it away, Omni.
All right. Whew. I hear it's time for Timecop.
It is. It's always time for
Oh
Timecop.
my gosh.
I mean, that's the whole point.
I don't know why.
I do.
You guys are just masochists. I think that's what it all comes down to. But anyways, we've got some Timecop, and it is absolutely modeled after the Jean-Claude Van Damme movie from whenever it was. Can't be bothered to look. But yeah, so we'll get started right when I hit start. So I'll give you a countdown, and we'll go from there. All right. And since the incentive was met, we're going to be checking out all of the cutscenes so you can try to establish some amount of story for this game.
Good luck.
I'm sorry. All right. 3, 2, 1, go. Thanks to Max Walker and the Time Enforcement Commission, or TEC, the time travel system created by Professor Hans Kleindos didn't fall into Senator Aaron McComb's hands. A new security system called TimeScan has been developed to intercept immediately anyone who tries to change the course of history. The use of TimeScan allows Walker to leave his dangerous job of time enforcement. After a last routine mission, he gets ready to leave tech offices when he noticed a new logo on the electronic devices of the company. HKE, Hans Kleindos Electronics Incorporated. So Professor Kleindos, the inventor of time travel, wasn't dead during the first experiment. Walker is suddenly teleported. He finds himself in a new building, seized by armed guards who bring him in front of Kleindos. Kleindos hails Walker as the last human allowed to travel through time. Kleindos explains that he became the master of today's technology by being the only person able to conceive TimeScan, and since its activation, the only person able to travel through time with impunity. However, his status of Time Master bores him. He needs a worthy opponent to play against on the board of time. Kleindos gives to Walker a bracelet of temporal control and declares, "Let the duel begins." As soon as Walker puts the bracelet on his wrist, he's forced by the guards into the time pod. The engine starts immediately. Walker is sent out into the endless corridors of time for his most dangerous mission ever. So ignore all of that, because we still have to run through headquarters and get to the time pod. But you get to start off with some FBI Get On It. Oh yeah. Not a whole lot to say in this first stage other than just look at it.
Did you heel drop the floor apart?
Shut up. It's fine, I swear. Important thing to note, though, I did make it through with 3:11 on the clock. There's a global timer in the second stage, and hopefully I'll hit the elevators just right. All right, there we go. So the elevator cycles there, I need them to be lined up in order to just go through without too much difficulty. And there we go, the first two stages out of the way, but the third stage comes back to show us the pain. Oh, in more ways than one. A little bit about what my options are throughout all of this. I have a kick, a crouching kick, and a punch, all of which you will never see, because jump kick exists, and all the enemies in the game have about 4 HP of health. Any attack that I do is going to do less than that, except for the jump kick. So we've got plenty of jump kick. I've also got the option to use gun. Note that it is gun. Every time I pick up any kind of bullet thing, it will be gun continued on from there. So we've got lots of gun coming up. This stage is a little rough. It's really long, second longest stage in the game, and at any point, if I get anti-aired by these enemies, I am done for. Part of the big problem with playing this game in any capacity is that every enemy is so much better than you are at just about everything. So quicker attacks, oh, he almost got the anti-air. He's quite the defender. But every enemy is very, very threatening. After a little bit, you get a feel for jumping
That was an
just in the
excellent
right
kick.
spots.
An effort was made.
Oh my gosh. Yes, there's so much stuff that I try to make look as trivial as possible, because the moment that it doesn't, oh my gosh, please get out of the way. The moment that it's not trivial, I am in for a lot of pain. All right, so now we begin our second time through, just back and forth. I'm avoiding the time icon just because it does, well, it fills up the time. And that counts down at the end of the stage and, well, waste some time. So let's not do that for now. In these early stages especially, I do need to conserve gun whenever possible. It takes, every gun fire does 1 or 2 points of damage, and that means 2 per enemy. But they're really sketchy about how they actually handle when you fire. Most of the time, like I can rapid fire it, but it checks every 8 frames whether you're holding the button. And if you're holding the button, then it'll fire off another shot. So even if I press the button once, it can fire off 2 shots and makes it rather hard to keep up with. But we're out of pretty much all the danger zones here.
How in the world are you navigating this stage?
I'm not.
I swear you've just been going left and right on the same 3 platforms.
Oh, good, you noticed. No, this is a very bad stage for that. I've actually moved all the way left from where I started. But this rounds out stage 3 of our first area, and we move into the final stage, which is actually kind of escaping from tech, which they said we were shoved into initially and got out of. I don't know why I can't just use my magical time bracelet that they gave me to get out of this and to anywhere else. But this stage is somewhat dangerous because even without killing a boss, the entire place is crumbling. No load-bearing boss necessary, but this can be a little dangerous. The falling debris will hurt me just about every time. The trick is, oh, yep, no, I ran out of gun. It's making sure I have just enough to make it through. I am in trouble.
That's not a very generous health refill.
Yeah, you'll see quite, uh-oh, Roombas. No, okay.
They are after you.
Got it, okay. Something I get to, that
Wow.
was really a little close there, but we made it to Timecop. So now we finally are able to actually go and do something. And first order of business is to go to, well, you'll see in just a moment. Got more jammin' tunes though. A little bit of trivia on that in a little minute. Kleindos wants to use rare metals held in polymetallic nodules found deep in the ocean. Thanks to these new alloys, he will create revolutionary electronic components. So he just wants to be an entrepreneur. I guess that's okay. Walker has to prevent him from controlling all future... That's quite a leap. He wants to get some metal to controlling every kind of technology. But for that, we jump down into San
Here we
Andreas
go.
Fault in the best full motion capture you can think of. This stage has a lot of problems, and not the least of which is that it is very inconsistent for doing any kind of run. Those octopuses that are going around, there's no telling where they're going to come from. A lot of times they'll just kind of wander around. Okay. And I can only fire forward. And gun is also the only option I have throughout this entire stage, so it's at least a little bit of trouble. However, because of some of the mechanics this game has, and believe it or not, it does have mechanics, every second enemy I kill will drop something. And that's critically important here because I expect to take a hit from an octopus every few seconds. So as long as I can keep up this ratio of 2 enemies killed for every 1 hit I get, we will be just fine. The other problem is, get away from me. The other problem here is that if I can't keep that up, every other enemy I kill will give me that drop. There is a random chance, it's about 1 in 8, that they'll drop a big HP drop, which restores, get off of me, get all of my health. Oh no, we're having trouble. Run away. Okay. This is the longest stage in the game, and it is really not one that I want to have to play through again. So hopefully I get a big health drop before too long. What's hitting me? Please stop. Oh dear.
Oh, wow.
Give me that. Okay. Uh-oh. We are in trouble. I need to kill one more enemy. Nope. Okay, we get to see this more of this stage. And this is a problem, just if I don't get the drops, or particularly if they don't spawn in the right spots, there's not, I have no options. Something else with this particular stage, they changed up the gun mechanics. So it checks every 8 frames whether or not I'm pressing the button to fire. In the old ones, I could rapid fire press the button and I would get a shot every time. Not so much here. So like, I am mashing the button pretty well right now, and yeah, there's not much happening. So you have to rely on just hoping that it fires at a time when you need it. Yeah, great design all around. There's the big health drop, thanks.
You've gotten like 3.
Of course, they heard. They know what they did.
At least they give you a lot of ammo instead of 4 bullets.
Yeah. No such thing as bullets here. We just need more gun. Get out of here.
Guys casually firing guns underwater. It's no big deal.
Okay. So I should be safe for like 1 or 2 more levels. So that equates to like 1 or 2 more minutes. We can probably read off a donation or 2.
All right, we have $30 from Brain Machine. I find it fateful that I should learn about your charitable cause. Congrats on getting halfway to 1 million. I know you can double down and make 1 million. I am here now to pass through some of my funds to you. Donation goes to Runner's Choice. Good luck.
Runner's Choice. Oh, that's dangerous. Let's see. What's, have the Undertale ending incentives opened up yet?
For handling the final boss?
Yes.
Yes, the Comfort or Shun.
What's in the lead right now?
Comfort by many, many, many dollars.
Okay, let's do Shun then.
You monster!
I know what I'm doing.
Yes.
We are no longer cool.
I'm dealing with this. I have to take my rage out somehow.
The real question is, did they mocap the octopi?
Oh, you bet they did.
Octopuses?
Those are also played by Jean-Claude Van Damme.
Yes, they are.
It's a good disguise.
Okay, so we are almost to the final level of walking through this stage, and then we will never see it again, hopefully. And I did not say that in the hope that they gang up on me. Please stay away. Okay. We are almost safe, but this is also the first stage with a boss. And yeah, you can place your bets now on what this boss might be, sitting at the bottom of the ocean. We'll get to that soon. Stay away. I'm going to need to get there with at least probably 4 hits of HP and something like 50 gun. But you will not be let down. I'm also running really low on stage time, if you care to notice. That's not, shouldn't be a problem. I don't think I had to double back at all, so we should be okay. All right, we're coming up on boss here. There we go.
When all else fails, make it bigger.
Yep.
Make it bigger.
Yep.
Now we get to one of the more unique stages in the game, a stage kindly dubbed Reverse Toho.
Oh no.
You get a sub, and every bit of sub is a hitbox. Still with teeny tiny gun. I like to think that JCVD is just lying down and has his hand stretched out with the gun out of the barrel. It's just what needs to happen here. There's a couple different ways to try and go through this, and I really do not know which one is faster. But either I can kill off a bunch of enemies, and this will increase my score, which counts down at the end of the stage, or I can just hide in a corner and hope that the extra lag isn't going to just annihilate me. Either way, the stage just runs on a fixed timer and isn't particularly interesting. The only problem is if one of these octopuses gets behind me and causes some real problems, because I cannot turn around, and he will hang out there and gladly show me the pain for as long as possible. Got time for probably one more incentive.
Oh.
Incentive? Comment. That's
Either
what
way.
I meant.
Good, because we have $50 from the JCVD fax bot. AGDQ has successfully subscribed to the JCVD fax bot. Did you know Jean-Claude Van Damme is the leading actor for multiple movies with multiple Jean-Claude Van Dammes? In addition to the amazing Timecop movie, there's also Double Impact, Maximum Risk, Replicant, and The Order. Also, even a bot can see that this game is lame. Donation to Runner's
Lame?
Choice for
What?
suffering through it for us.
Streets of New York, 1929. Kleindos wants to buy major corporation stock at low. Oh, right, the whole depression thing. Cool. Yeah. Walker has to prevent him from controlling major corporations in the future. So now he's making a quick buck off of the depression. All right. This is the most difficult stage in the game, and I do need just a little bit of silence for audio cues going through here. Whew. Okay, first block is done. That is really hard, actually, to time it because you have very little window. There's still some more yet. Yep, flag hurts me, because of course it does. Okay, we are almost out of the woods. Don't look at the floor, by the way.
It's a bad idea.
Okay, there we go. The first one's done. I need to ride that car all the way through in order to get a reasonable time on this stage, and that's the only way to really like avoid the lower enemies. We've got another one, but this one is a little bit different, and because I didn't mess up on the first one, we even get a little dance number. This stage is a lot easier just because there's so many more enemies in the higher area, so I can avoid them. Alrighty.
I like the 2-frame tire.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
It's the best. Okay. One little problem area. Okay. And that should be the end of that stage. Kleindos is having a blast
Yeah,
in his
he
car.
is.
Yeah.
Just jamming out. Alright, we gotta make a quick stop to the ATM though. In the span of going back in time, he managed to establish his whole bank scheme with gangsters toting Tommy guns, because everybody in 1929 had to have a Tommy gun. I'm pretty sure that's what they taught me in history class. Please get out down there. All right.
So just a Tommy gun that casually fires one bullet.
No, they're just very cautious. They got to conserve. It's the
Oh.
Depression, man.
Good point.
And a robot.
Because, of course.
But don't wait. Get. Okay. So we had money schemes before this. Dortmund's Lake, Germany, 1944. Kleindos commands a Nazi regiment which uses modern weaponry. So he brought typos to German. Walker has to prevent him from helping the Germans win the Second World War. He's just screwing around now. What's the point? Welcome to German. Complete with very ineffective howitzers
Yep.
And a sub.
and a submarine. And also a tank.
I'm pretty sure that's how you kill tanks normally, right?
That's how I've seen it done. Unfortunately, that's our only stage in German. They had enough after the tank incident. All right, devastated streets of Los Angeles 2144, way in the future. Kleindos controls the production and distribution of Brain Blast, an electronic drug that is implanted in the brain to cause hallucinations. The kids will try anything these days. Walker has to destroy the Brain Blast factory before it destroys everybody.
Drugs are
Dang.
bad.
Yeah.
Drugs are bad. This is also home to the best enemy in the game. The punks have the best hitboxes and attacks for just about everything, and hopefully they won't show me the pain. I mentioned that every enemy is way, way better than anything I've got. The punks are way far and above the best enemy in that regard. Like, everything they do will just put their hitbox so far out there that most of the time I can't hit them if we're right neck and neck. And on the other side of it, we've got little drones and spike death Roombas here to help out because the future. Okay. These are somewhat dangerous stages. Oh, okay, not anymore. Got the big health drop. Just because there's a lot of enemies on the way through and not really a whole lot to get me out of the way. In particular, the flying enemies, I don't really have a way to take them out without just stopping. So have to just jump through and hope I wind up with enough HP by the end. This is more of the same, but we do get to be reunited with an old friend. Have time for probably one donation comment.
We have $200 from Deter Lavos. So glad omnigamer gets to showcase David Cage's best game at AGDQ 2017. Here's to enable PCF to give the jetpack hug to cancer.
Thanks so much, Lavos. Health is looking a little low. Let's be a little cautious. Nope, no, you don't. Stop that. Oh, he was ready. Oh, gosh. They're frightening every time. Wow, they're
That's
being really
fortunate.
generous
Yeah,
with
That
those.
was
And here we go.
Huh.
The time car's back for some revenge. They didn't quite know what to do with him earlier, and I apparently jilted him at some point along the way, but we took care of him right quick. Whew. All right, what next? What next? Nefarious plots. Let's go. Depot in Los Angeles, 21. We're going back in time again. Walker discovers a production line of a new version of Brain Blast. A rocket holds containers of Brain Blast, which will affect anyone who breathes it. Wasn't it electronic?
yeah, implanted in the brain.
Walker has to prevent Kleindos from spreading it into the atmosphere. So we've got money schemes, we've got just screwing around with history, we've got now complete just annihilation.
Nano machines.
Yep. This is the RNG stage. This conveyor belt has a 1 in 256 chance every frame of just switching directions. And I want it to be going this way so I can just go off the side. And so long as it behaves, we actually get to skip some platforms. All right. It is not behaving for this second part, but that first one was good enough. There we go. Get down there. All right. Yeah, so the ideal there is that I get the conveyor belt moving in my direction at any time that I would need it. Didn't quite get the second super scroll, but worked out pretty good. I got one, and that's great still for this stage. There's really no telling what it can do. Whew. But now we got to take on a rocket and get a little bit more of a maze to work with. This whole area has a few cues that I need to be watching for, just so I know when to jump. Because I remember everything except for jump kick is entirely useless. There's one. Oh, mistimed that one just a little. Now I'm off. This one's gonna nail me. Okay. There we go. Got it back, got it back. Oh, get out of here, Roomba. There's an enemy over there, but he's off screen, so bullets don't matter. Uh-oh. I'll take that. So here's Kleindos. He doesn't really know what to do with himself. We've got corner traps for days, though. There we go. And he explodes. What did I just do?
You kicked him too hard.
Oh,
Justice.
funny you mentioned the kick. We'll get to that in just a moment. Skyscraper in Los Angeles. We're back to 2144. Okay. Brain Blast doesn't exist anymore. There is no trace of vandalism or violence in the streets. This new 2144 is a period of peaceful technology. Walker has to prevent Kleindos from spreading so he's not even doing anything anymore. We're just following him around and beating him up.
Yeah.
Preemptive strike.
So, yes, the kick is so powerful. Like, there's no real explanation for how powerful the kick is without just going to the moon. And, like, this is something that just is all sorts of wrong. You can keep jumping and keep kicking all day, and it'll just go all the way through. So there's your little demonstration, little extra for just filling in on the cutscenes donation. But we're getting pretty close to the end of the game. Still a little bit more to go with this stage. The only real thing to say here is that these platforms work on sort of a global timer. So when I actually get to them, they may or may not be in cycle.
I like you just shooting bricks.
Yeah, the dangerous concrete spinning piles are I don't know. I have no words. But this construction site clearly doesn't conform to OSHA. All
Yeah,
right.
I can confirm that they're violating at least a couple OSHA laws.
Oh no, get out of here. Oh, he made me miss the cycle.
It's okay. He'll just kick the laws.
Yeah, there was at least a uh-oh. Nope. Get out. Nope. There we go. I used a punch. I'm sorry. I said I wouldn't. It had to be done. I ran out of gun.
We're going to have to cut this run.
All right, we're to the final stage now, and just to throw you for another loop, of course it has to be in a jetpack. All right. I'm coming for you, Kleindos. There he is. All right, come to Papa. Yeah? You want some of this? Have a hug? Time.
Extreme close up.
All right, this is very important.
So that's the time cop.
God.
Oh, thank you for watching, everybody. The little bit of trivia I mentioned earlier, all the music in this game was done by David Cage, who is more recently known for games like Heavy Rain, who he's produced and made a lot recently, kind of more story stuff. But, you know, just remembering that this is his start as the composer for Timecop really kind of puts those newer titles in a different light. But yeah, thank you, everybody. I hope you enjoyed it. There was Timecop.
We have a $20 donation from JCVD Facts. May or may not have been the bot achieving human form, I'm not sure. Did you know that Jean-Claude Van Damme is known for saying wacky things? For instance, a cookie has no soul. It's just a cookie. But before, it was milk and eggs. And in eggs, there's the potential for life. Wise words.